Okay. Hello everyone and welcome to our live Q&A with Imperial Enterprise Lab. Thank you for joining us on a Friday lunchtime. I know some of you may be here to find out more about the Enterprise Lab in general, and some of you may be here to find out more about the Venture Catalyst Challenge. Applications are open at the moment, and we'll be covering that off at the end with the Programme Manager, Camille. So for those who are new to the Enterprise Lab, the Enterprise Lab is here to inspire, educate and nurture the next generation of innovators and entrepreneurs at Imperial College London. We're just a small part of a very big ecosystem that's here to support you in growing your ventures and your ideas. So each year we engage with about 2,000 students from all across the college. These are undergraduates, postgraduates, from every faculty and department. And that equates to about 1 in 8 students from across the college. So the Enterprise Lab has been running since 2014, and in that time we've helped over 192 companies incorporate. In the last year alone, that was just 62 companies. Since 2014, these companies have gone on to raise £77 million in funding. And again, in the last year alone, that was 38 million. So here's some of the support that's on offer to help you and your ideas. We do everything from inspiring talks and skills sessions all the way up to mentoring services and helping you gain funding, with loads of opportunities in between. We'll go through some of those now. So the first stage on that ladder is aimed at inspiring. So we have events including Idea Challenge. This runs in October each year, and it's a kind of weekend hackathon where you get to test your skills, work with an interdisciplinary team, and maybe win some prizes as well. We also have our how-to talks. These run each term. This term we've got 6 amazing speakers, including a prototyping expert that's been on the BBC and Channel 4 and has worked for Lego, an improv comedian, and our very own Dr. Olivia Arn, who is an Imperial student and now runs her own company. These kick off next week and you can sign up on our website. So the next stage of your idea development is exploring. So if you've got an idea that you think could make a good business, we can help you with that. The first port of call is to book an idea surgery with a member of the team. These are kind of one-to-one or group sessions where you can discuss your idea and get some tailored advice to help you. We also have programs like the Discovery Fund. This offers small boost grants up to £500 in order for you to do some business experiments, go out and test your idea and meet your customers to see whether you want to carry your idea on. So once you've got an idea that you know you want to work on, we can help you validate that. And we do this through programs including We Innovate. We Innovate is our dedicated program for female entrepreneurs. It's been running for 6 years and we were actually one of the first to have a female entrepreneurship program. Applications for this start in October and close in December, so keep an eye out next year if you want to apply. There's the cohort from last year. We also have the Venture Catalyst Challenge. This is Imperial's flagship entrepreneurship competition. It's an intensive 7-week programme where you can really take your ideas to the next level. Camille will be talking more about this afterwards, but applications are open at the moment. So if you've got an idea that you're working on, definitely apply before this Sunday. And once you've validated your idea and maybe got some money behind you, we can help you to grow that business as well. So we do this through our experts in residence. We have experts that come in pro bono to help you with everything from IP to legal, marketing to design, team building, and everything in between. In order to access this, you can book an idea surgery and we'll point you in the right direction and get you booked in with one of those experts. We also have our Imperial Venture Mentoring Service. This is an elite mentoring service with experts from every industry that really help your venture to go out into the real world and possibly get funding and grow. But the programs and events that we run are just the tip of the iceberg. We also have an amazing community of entrepreneurs from across Imperial that are there to help and support each other. Usually we have a co-working space at South Kensington. Unfortunately, this is closed at the moment, but you can join the community online on Slack. We're very active and are there to help each other out. So if you're interested in getting involved, please do join. Here are just some pictures from the events that we usually run down in our co-working space. For our community, we also have a monthly kind of social event. This is called Pitch and Mix. If you've got an idea that you'd like to test, you can pitch it in 60 seconds and get feedback from the rest of the people at the event. Or if you'd just like to watch and see what other people are up to, you can join. There's also networking at the end. And if you'd like to hear more from us, there's loads of ways you can do that. We have an annual magazine, Disrupt, which you can find in digital form on our website. You can sign up to our Disrupt monthly e-newsletter on our website as well. This gives you a list of the upcoming events, some news about our student startups, and some interesting content to read as well. And if you are working on a business, we also have Secret Sauce, which is a list of kind of tailored opportunities for our Imperial founders. So there's a whole team of people here to help you at the Imperial Enterprise Lab. And we're all happy to help, so please do get in touch if you'd like any support from us. And especially in the current climate, we're very active online. You can catch us on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook and Twitter. You can join our Slack community, as I mentioned earlier. And all of the support on offer is listed on our website, so that's a great place to start. You can register for all the events there as well. I'm going to hand over to Cami now to talk more about the Venture Catalyst Challenge.
Sorry, everyone. I'm trying to unshare my screen. It's a bit of an art in itself, apparently. Right. So thank you very much, Jennifer, for the introduction. So as Jennifer mentioned, my name is Camille, and I'm the program manager for the Venture Catalyst Challenge. So as Jen mentioned, the Venture Catalyst Challenge applications for this year are currently open, which is why I'm here to speak to you about that and really encourage you to apply. So applications close on the 24th of January, so there is still a little bit of time left to get your application in. So what is the Venture Catalyst Challenge all about? So it's 7 weeks of support that is tailored to people, especially obviously entrepreneurs who have an idea, a project that they've been working on a little bit already and that they want to kind of accelerate. So you'll probably have done maybe a little bit of customer discovery, and you'll want to, go further with your idea. So the way that we support you over those 7 weeks is we have a range of masterclasses. So this year we'll be covering things like customer development. We'll be, doing a lot on storytelling and on, building a great deck so that you can present your idea. You have 3 dedicated business coaching sessions with a professional business coach, and as well as time with experts. So those will be legal experts and IP experts to help support you to develop, that side of things if something that you need. And yeah, there'll be just a lot of time as well to network with the rest of the cohort, which we're hoping, even though everything is going to be online, you'll be able to meet some other entrepreneurs that are at a similar stage to you, and connect in that way as well. So this year we have a prize fund that is a prize fund of £70,000. So that will be spread across 5 winning teams. 6 winning teams, actually. So this is a question that we often get, which is, how much can I actually win? So the answer to that is most teams, 5 teams will win £10,000, and the team who wins the grand final will win £20,000. So yeah, so that's it for the kind of quick recap on the VCC. So if you have any questions about the program in particular, I'd love to see them pop up on the chat now. If you don't, then great, please just apply. But you can always ask questions between now and the 24th on our Slack channel. So you can find me on there. I'm under Camille Relton. So feel free to send me a direct message. I'll be really happy to help you out on there too. Just having a look at the questions, and I can see that we don't have anything coming in at the minute, but we'll give you a few more minutes in case you come up with something. Right, is there a theme for this year's program? Thanks, Manish. So the program has five tracks, and we usually have we've had the same tracks 2 years running now. So you can go into more detail on the website, but our 5 tracks are energy and environment, creative and consumer, AI and robotics, I can never remember, health and well-being, and which one have I not said? Digital and fintech. So those 5 tracks, don't worry too much. Don't get too caught up in, which one is right for me. Does my idea fit exactly into a track? Don't worry about that too much. We're just interested in, seeing what you've been working on. If we think you're right for the program, we will put you in the right track for you. So yeah, don't get too hung up on that. Okay, another question on how developed should your idea be? Right, so to benefit the most efficiently, I guess, from the program, your idea should be at a stage where you have something like an idea canvas. So you've kind of developed the kind of assumptions around who is my customer, what's going to be my revenue model, what am I actually building, having the basic building blocks in place. And then the other thing I would suggest is that it's really useful to have done some customer discovery. So by customer discovery, we mean that you have, so as we said, made some assumptions about who your customer is, and then you've gone out into the world and asked a few of your customers, to try and understand better, like what are their problems, and how are you addressing the right issue for them. So we'd want you to have done some of that research in order to most benefit from the program. But what you don't need a prototype, you don't need an MVP, but you do need to have done some work on your idea already. So I hope that helps. Oh, thanks, Jen, for sending the link. Okay, let us know if there's anything else. Any other questions at all? I am also capable of answering general questions about the Enterprise Lab. So should you actually prefer to do something else than the VCC, I can also answer questions about that. So I can see Manishu also asked, how do you tackle research if you have to do research on your idea? So I'm assuming that you mean that you have a technical idea and you have to do research, as in like you need to go into a lab, for example, and potter around in order to test the technical development of your idea. So I would suggest that at this stage, obviously, it's really difficult to get into a lab space. Not everyone can do that necessarily. So I would suggest, try and think about, are there any pieces of research that already exist that you can maybe use? Yeah, okay, I can see you writing nanotech. So yeah, you might, things that you could use to, I guess, demonstrate that your idea has legs could be something like there's pieces of research that already exist that can kind of justify that this could be a route that you could explore. Something else you could think about is that, do you know anybody, or like, do you know any professors or any people that are, industry experts or anything like that? Or can you find them on LinkedIn and connect with them and maybe have a chat and see if they can kind of help you out with, like, is this a kind of feasible thing? So you don't necessarily need to go out and prove it yourself, but you do need to surround yourself with people who could help you to do that. And obviously we do appreciate that conditions are a lot trickier this year in terms of actually getting out into lab space and doing the testing in person. Okay, are there opportunities for funding after VCC, or if you don't get accepted? Great, so that is a great question. So but what I would say is there's kind of different types of things depending on how much money you need or how much money you're starting off with needing. So something that Jennifer touched on was the Discovery Fund earlier. So the Discovery Fund is something that we run at the Enterprise Lab and which you can apply to as well. And you can apply for small grants. So there's small grants around like 500 to £1,000 that you can secure in order to go and test your idea, so to help you do that customer discovery piece. So that's one thing you can consider applying to. So we've already closed the first round of Discovery Fund for this year, but later in the year, just keep an eye out on our website for the next round. But what I would say, and I think this is important, is like if you don't get accepted onto VCC, there's lots of other things that you can have a go with. So other, also external opportunities that are available. It might not always translate into funding, but don't discount the value of opportunities that are things like mentoring or space or just people's time. What we always say is that if you don't get onto the VCC, it's not the end of the world. Like obviously we love the program and it is very useful, but something to remember is that the Enterprise Lab does exist to support people at every stage of their journey, and we have opportunities to go to an idea surgery, for example, and then once you do that, you can graduate to things like business coaching, you can graduate to things like getting supported by experts in residence. So we have some really tailored and really detailed support that is available outside of programs. So yeah, that's just something to bear in mind. The other thing is that through our Slack community, we post a lot of opportunities on there, and also through our newsletters. So it's worth kind of keeping an eye out on that, because whenever we have opportunities, that's where we communicate them. So yeah, we've got an ear to the ground, so it's worth getting involved with that community and with that space. Okay, so Sean asks, is there an idea, a business canvas template you suggest we use? So there's lots of different templates out there. What I would say is it doesn't fundamentally matter too much which one you use. The one that I like to use is the Lean Canvas, just because I find that it's really very kind of straightforward and clean and no frills. So if you just type Lean Canvas into Google, you will find it. There's some really useful supporting documentation that you can also find for free online in order to help you fill that in. So the person who developed the Lean Canvas is called Ash Moria, and so he has a lot of blog posts about the canvas itself and like what it's for, how to fill it in. If there's an order, you can fill it in. So it can get all very, very nerdy very quickly. But if you are interested in that, I really suggest you have a look. So you can use Lean, but you can use and the business model canvas is also fine. The important thing, and I think the important thing for VCC particularly, is that you spend some time doing that. And so, but once you've done that, that is a kind of building block. We're not going to ask you to submit your canvas as part of your application. What we will ask you is to kind of give us some demonstration of the work you've done off the back of that canvas. So it's like, you filled in your canvas, that's great. What did you do about it? So your canvas exists as a kind of a place to record your hypotheses and your theories, your assumptions about your idea. But what really interests us is like, okay, what did you go and do about it? You had some assumptions. Did you go and check them out in the real world? So that's what we'd love to see from you guys. Oh, thanks, Jen, for sending the Lean Canvas link. Perfect. See, we have another question coming. Oh yeah, okay. Sorry, just wrote that. So let me write that into the chat. So there you go. So it's Ash, and then his last name is Moria, Maurya. And his blog is just the link that Jen sent, so you can have the link to his blog from there. He also wrote a book which is called Running Lean. If you want to read that, that's also helpful. Okay. You're welcome. I was like, ooh, next question, but thank you for saying thank you. We have a few minutes left, so feel free to put in any last minute questions.
I think if that's it, then we'll wrap up for today. Thanks, Cams, for all the information on the Venture Catalyst Challenge. Just a reminder that applications close at midnight on Sunday, the 24th. That's this Sunday, so do get them in. What?
Next Sunday.
Oh, next Sunday. God, I'm a week ahead of myself. Okay, you've got just over a week to apply for the Venture Catalyst Challenge. So get working on those applications. There's still time to catch us on Slack if you'd like any advice. You can email the Enterprise Lab at enterprise.lab@imperial.ac.uk. You can message us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, however you'd like to get in touch. We're here and waiting. And all of our other activities are listed on our website, www.imperialenterpriselab.com. Do come along to the how-to talks. We've got some amazing speakers this term. They're going to be really inspirational, and you can ask them loads of questions as well. And we hope to see you soon on Slack and one day in real life, hopefully. We hope you have a good Friday, have a great weekend, and get working on your applications. Thank you very much.